The Allegheny Journal had some technical difficulties last night, Tuesday, and we appreciate very much City Manager Alan Dressler taking the time out to speak with us today, September 4th now, 2024. Welcome, City Manager.
Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate you, Tammy, and what the Allegheny Journal does for the community. Thank you.
Well, we're hoping to get a little bit of a feeling of your report last night. Take it away.
All right. I think it's important that we recognize our citizens that took time to be present last night to speak to City Council. First, we had a good attendance of the public with us, and it's always good to see our citizens get involved in local government. First, Tawana Smith came before City Council to speak about some folks that are using a piece of property as a dumping ground. We quickly began to address that immediately after our meeting last night. Chief Smith got right on that. We communicated through the evening and this morning, and I do believe that that situation has been resolved. Sherry Martin on Pine Street came before us with concerns about the rezoning to come before City Council next Tuesday night for the CSB up on Pine Street. We entertained her questions, made her aware that the public hearing would be next Tuesday night, and that if she had any questions, please feel free to contact our Department of Developmental Services and Eric Tyree. And also last night speaking before us was Dolores Quarles and Stephanie Clark. Very pleased that they took time out of their busy schedules to come and say thank you. It was heartwarming, the event that took place Monday with the CPU celebration at the Jackson River Sport Complex, and recognizing Delethea Quarles, a homegrown girl that has gone on to coach Olympics. And it was a wonderful afternoon, and I appreciate all those that worked along with Alan and Lisa to make this happen, and very much appreciative to Dolores and Stephanie to come before City Council and offer up their appreciation for what we did on Monday. So,
Alan, the Delethea had the biggest smile on her face on the Labor Day parade, and much deserved, but it was really heartwarming to see all those people cheering her on.
Yeah, it was very, very nice. And again, as I made comment at the sport complex, this area has been blessed with some super athletes in time. Basketball, football, baseball, but I don't know if any of them has coached in the Olympics on a couple of occasions. So that's certainly a highlight. So after we entertained our citizen comments, the City Council called upon Alan to do his city manager's presentation, and I'll go through some things and feel free to interrupt and question. One of the things that we got on our immediate table is the inspection of the Rayon Bridge. The Rayon Bridge is on an annual inspection basis now. We are scheduled to have it done by the end of September. We're working with Mattern and Craig out of Roanoke, Virginia, as the engineering firm to do that inspection for us. We're still on tap for new construction in the year 2026. As of now, the Rayon Bridge, as we are accustomed to, will remain its presence until the new one is built, but we still have to go through the annual inspection. And also on our table is the inspection of the Hawthorne Street Bridge. That's due by the end of December, but thanks to Mattern and Craig and working with us, we're going to do both of those at the same time in September. We're working with the Department of Transportation and, of course, Mattern and Craig in the replacement of the project we did several years ago, and there was a tile put down that evidently had some glue issues, and we're going back to readdress that and make that a better surface as one drives across the Hawthorne Street Bridge. Made mention to City Council that we just completed our substantial completion report of the wastewater treatment plant EQ Basin project. Just a lot of folks to thank, but particularly the people that work over at the wastewater treatment plant and keeping us in tune with their concerns along the way that we addressed with contractors, engineering firms. And again, I thank BB and his staff, particularly Susan Walton. She handles a lot of the grants and the payments and the income, the money, and a tough job. Glad that one's behind us. We inherited a lot of things that perhaps could have been done in a different direction, but we grabbed a hold of it, run with it, and that is now complete. We have on Maple Avenue, folks are aware we're doing some busy things down there. We have just corrected a drainage problem on the alleyway by a firehouse that has created some drainage and water issues for a number of years. With our projects going on down there, we have corrected that over the last few weeks. Glad to get that behind us. And Jerry, as we speak today, our pavilion is in place and the grass is green. Very so feel free to stop by and get a quick picture of that.
What a transformation that's going to be. And I mean, looking at Maple Avenue now versus just a couple of years ago, it's wow, what a huge project and successful.
It has been a lot of fun working with our local contractors and the Department of Transportation with the investment that we have made in Maple Avenue from right now, Maple and Hawthorne, all the way to the Jackson River. Our little cabana at the end of Maple overlooking the Jackson has become quite a gathering spot, and people enjoy going down and trying to count the geese, but it's been nice. And we recognize with our depot facility, the landscape around our depot, we certainly need to dress up our public works, the former Collins Hotel property, and the former car wash, which we're excited to get on with. I may mention last night, and I have for several months, and I will for the next month, our Wall That Heals Committee. That program will be October the 3rd through the 6th at the Jackson River Sport Complex. We are excited to be the host, one of two in the Mid-Atlantic region, I believe Asheville, North Carolina being the other. It goes without saying our local community and the contributions that have been made financially is overwhelming. Our businesses, individual citizens, and that goes for citizens abroad that have served at Vietnam, and some actually served with Mr. Gary Miller, who lost his life at Nam and saved a whole bunch of other lives. It's just heartwarming to be a part of this. And again, kudos to people like Sean Wright, Mr. Atherholt from Clifton Forge, and the list goes on. But these people have given a lot of their time to make this a reality. And the Allegheny Highlands, the city of Covington is proud to be a part of this. So again, the Wall That Heals, October 3rd through the 6th. I continue to meet, and we're on the backside of the wayfinding sign project with the Chamber of Commerce. We've pretty much got our finger on what we want identified. So we're hopefully in the process of going to construction and then installation over the next several months. And that too has been an ongoing process going back to the entrance signs into our community and working with the chamber now with the wayfinding to help folks get around from place to place. Paving bids were due on Friday. They had been received. Anthony Lowry, our Public Works Director, BB, through the Department of Finance, and myself sat down early yesterday morning and began to review those. And we have a game plan put together and hopefully get started paving here in the not too distant future, which most likely will also carry over into the spring of 2025.
That really would be much appreciated, I'm sure, Mr. City Manager.
Yeah, well, we've got some roads that are much needed, and we know the process that's going on right now with Columbia Gas, and we just ask the public to be patient with us as we work with Columbia Gas What we see now is just the beginning. There's laterals to be done, so there will be more road disturbance, but those will be addressed most likely in our 2025-2026 budget year, July 1st of next year. So, but yeah, we're on top of things, and appreciate the communication with their citizens to let me know their concerns with their highways as well as our public works department to keep us in tune. Field house project at Casey Field moving along very well. We've had a good couple weeks of block lane. We're excited about that project, and with all goes well, we'll be wrapping up with that come early winter, and then we'll get started with what's underneath Booty Albert Stadium for the renovations of that. Fall cleanup, as we let citizens know last night, on the east side of the railroad tracks will be September 23rd through September the 27th. The west side, September 30th through October the 4th. So again, citizens of Covington, fall cleanup, September 23rd through October the 4th. Also, we do this twice a year. Our hydrant flushing is scheduled from October the 6th through the 18th. And we let citizens know that will take place in the evening hours, 11 o'clock at night to about 6 in the morning, so that we do not interrupt your daytime water pressure. And this is a much needed process that we started several years ago when Alan was involved working with our fire department. And in conclusion, Maple Avenue Sport Complex projects moving right along. We're excited about all of those, and we again thank the citizens for their input, and a lot of compliments on our downtown Monday at the parade and how nice downtown looked, and we appreciate that. We were busy leading into the Labor Day celebration, and as I mentioned last night, I can't thank the CPU group enough, and working directly with Bob Booth, we pulled off another wonderful Labor Day celebration, and proud to say that Covington and Buena Vista probably have the longest standing Labor Day events in America. So with that was a quick report on all we got going on.
Well, thanks very much. That was very complete. There was one question we did want to ask you. Apparently, you did have a citizen that had some concerns near the downtown area or a residential area about some squatters. Is that a law enforcement issue? I mean, how does the city deal with that?
We last night, as mentioned, there was a citizen that had concerns regarding squatters. I mentioned in my beginning about dumping ground without getting too in-depth in things, but Jerry, that situation was addressed last night before the world went to sleep. And again, this morning, we are in the process of seeing that our folks visiting that property are busy cleaning it up, and hopefully will take advice and move out on their own. We've given them till September the 6th to clean up things and move on. And if not, then we will be a little tougher.
Isn't it nice to have a report that's 90 or 95% positive? I mean, people want to, we all have our complaints, but it is nice to see so many cool things going on, particularly, the inspection of a rayon bridge. We drive over it all the time. We take everything for granted. And it's nice to know you guys are paying attention to something that could be critical there prior to the new construction.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, Jerry. It's important that we stay on the high road, and there's a lot of wonderful things in the Allegheny Highlands and the city of Covington, and I'm just proud to be a small part of those things. I have wonderful staff that works along with us and has a good vision along with us, and we're doing some good things. And what we're doing is not just to the benefit of Covington, Virginia, but it's to the benefit of the entire Allegheny Highlands and even our West Virginia neighbors, as well as Bath County and Botetourt County also.
Thanks again for that complete report.
Thank you, sir. Have yourself a good afternoon.